ranked wrestler in the ACC, and Kevin Jack, ranked number 2 in this weight class, taking on George DiCamillo, trying to deny the senior from Virginia a piece of Cavalier history. He's looking to become the first Virginia wrestler to win 4 ACC titles.
And as Tim said at the beginning of our broadcast, this is the match that I'm looking forward to as well as he is. It's going to be a good match between two excellent wrestlers.
Shot by Jack, and NC State fires the opening salvo.
Now this is what Jack does. He gets a tight waist on one side, and then he torques the body and does a half on the other side. So if you turn into the tight waist, you're turning into the half. You look away from the half, you're going into the tight waist. Just a tough ride.
He might be the tallest guy to ever wrestle this weight class.
2-1, Jack with the lead. And then, Tim, if you're DiCamillo, after getting beat by Jack earlier this year, what's he need to do to change it up and try to throw off this talented junior for NC State?
I mean, he's obviously it's a little bit of a rough start in that respect. He's got to clear the ties, make sure that he doesn't stay on his elbows or stay above his elbows on the back of his triceps. And when he gets in these positions, look to score if you can, but remember also not to give up too many extra points, which is smart. I know he wants to scramble through positions, but as you saw that takedown right there, just keep yourself. This is a long match. Don't get yourself behind too much.
Looking sharp early on, halfway through this first period. Kevin Jack with a pair of takedowns, and he leads 4-1.
His first few takedowns have been really clear, and it's not easy to finish cleanly on George.
DiCamillo after the escape, right in on a leg, trying to shoot in. There's that length of Jack that can give DiCamillo some problems. Jack able to sprawl back, work his way into a better position near the boundary. And the two will dance their way back into the center.
In that scenario right there, when Jack was in on that high crotch, when George was in on that high crotch, Jack just dove and popped his hips right into him. Jack's looking great so far.
Another 2 for Jack.
It's incredible how quickly he gets in because he's so long and he just has like this touch of quickness and he can close distance so much faster. I think George needs to start working on circling to his left a little bit and also controlling the top hand or controlling his lead hand. Jack's lead hand if he wants to slow him down on his feet a little bit.
Jack looking for a quick tilt there, but DiCamillo gets back to his base.
Tim, you make a good point there because you don't expect a guy so long to be so quick in his low singles.
Yeah, as soon as it's weird the way he kind of buckles people over. He also drives forward. He doesn't drop his whole body. He kind of rams you in the midsection with his head. People get tied up.
A very efficient opening 3 minutes by Kevin Jack. He secures 3 takedowns. He's in control 6-2. DiCamillo will get a chance to work on top to begin this second period.
Sean, you made a good point that it was efficient. He looked good. Didn't work too much for his takedowns. George likes to get a one-on-one and looks for a back arm tilt, or he looks for an arm bar with that one-on-one.
Jack able to get free, so he is out. Continues to add to his lead, 7-2 for the junior for North Carolina State. Already a 2-time NCAA qualifier. He burst on the scene 2 years ago as a freshman. Came in late in the year, went into the Nationals unseeded, earned an All-American trip. Had somewhat of a tough stretch last year in New York City at the Nationals, but he is hungrier than ever and anxious to get back on that All-American podium and possibly a national championship. This is such a wide-open class at 41. You have Dean Heil of Oklahoma State, Joey McKenna from Stanford, all 3 geographical regions in the country represented in this weight class.
George's doing a better job of controlling at least one of the hands, slowing down that attack that Kevin had, or that slowing down Jack's attack a little bit, backing him up. It's got to be frustrating here. Look, in this front head situation, it's got to be frustrating for George because he's got to get so much distance away from his hands to stop his counterattack and to make sure he can get an angle to score.
He almost bowled him over.
Back to the center we go with 45 seconds in period 2. All Kevin Jack so far, 7-2. NC State with the lead. Championship at 141.
Looks like Jack is slowing down just a little bit, being a little more conservative. He's got a 5 points in the lead.
Yeah, he's definitely backing up a lot, especially more than off the whistle.
Looks like DiCamillo got inadvertently poked in the eye, so the official will stop the action. Jack entered this tournament today with the nation's second longest winning streak, 25 in a row. He added one more in the semifinals. On a roll at the right time. His only loss this year was way back in the opening weekend of the season at the Journeyman Classic. Two wrestlers go out of bounds. 6 seconds to go. Second period, 7-2.
Yeah, Jack seems really comfortable backing out and getting into a front head situation.
So, Tim, if you were coaching, what would you do with Georgie for this period?
I would tell him to get over top of the hands. Right now, I think he's trying to get his elbows underneath, and he's clearing his elbows okay. He's trying to move them side to side, but it's not working. He's got to stay above it a little bit.
You think it was a good
Focus
idea?
on one side.
You think it was a good idea to go down?
Of course. He got out, I think, and it took him a little bit of time, but he needs that extra point if he can.
There's that tight waist. It's dangerous.
DiCamillo in a scramble. See if he can elevate on top. He gets loose. So the escape by DiCamillo, 7-3. Remember, Jack has over a minute of riding time as well. Trying to work out that front headlock, and they're going to say out of bounds. No 2 there for DiCamillo.
Yeah, that's a good challenge by Lean.
That Jordan Lean is over to challenge that last call, and we'll take a couple looks at it as well on replay as they go to take another look.
It's their only finalist. You got to use. You can't carry over your challenges. You might as well challenge right here.
Can't take them back with you to Charlottesville. So utilize them. So they're going to take a look at the table to see if DiCamillo was in bounds and secured the 2. That might be the quickest review ever. And they're going to say out of bounds right away.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I mean, that was really quick, Rod.
Well, they wanted to be less than 30 seconds when an official goes over to the corner. That was like 7.2.
Yeah. We should get a different clock just for that, right? But again, if Kevin Jack's not, wow, that range is impressive.
He's good.
The length of Jack, again, giving DiCamillo problems, and Kevin Jack with a 9-3 lead.
I wonder, how do you beat a guy like Jack when he's a long guy, tough on top, he has a gimpy knee, and you just can't ride him too much. He's a tough guy to wrestle.
It's only fitting that he's winning this title bout in dominant fashion. He's been one of the most dominant wrestlers all year. Scramble toward the edge. DiCamillo trying to keep that right foot in, but they go out of bounds. This is a guy in Jack that he finished second this year in the ACC with 21 team points in duels. He did not give up a single takedown in those ACC duels this year. Leading 9-4 in this championship.
Georgia's got to take some risk now.
I'm at least a little surprised they're not banging him for stalling, just to keep him engaged in the middle.
You know what, Tim? I was thinking the same thing, but I was thinking
He is running.
9-4, 10-4 lead. I guess a stall call would be just more of a statement call, but jeez.
There's that long arm stretch again of Jack. He's in on the single. Went down around the ankle, elevates a little bit toward the knee. Over the top of him goes DiCamillo in defense mode with 6 seconds to go, and Kevin Jack is going to get it done again for NC State. And here in just a little bit, you're going to hear this large crowd voice their approval. Here comes DiCamillo charging, but it's Kevin Jack of North Carolina State, your ACC champion. And on to St. Louis, the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country, taking care of business here tonight.
He is so lanky.
Impressive. Very impressive. I'll tell you what, in my bracket, I'm going to pick him to win 141.
I'm going to second that. It's hard to imagine someone getting away from those singles.
Singles, tight waist, half.
His reshot, even off like a really good shot, a deep shot.
Pat Papalizio found him all the way up and down.